Where do we find our place in the world? Is it given to us at birth, etched into the lines of our palms or whispered on the wind? Or do we carve it out for ourselves, brick by painstaking brick, with the tools of courage, resilience, and an unyielding belief in a better tomorrow? Nelson Mandela, a man who defied the odds and reshaped the very fabric of human history, teaches us that true belonging is not a gift, but a fight, a relentless pursuit of justice, equality, and the unwavering conviction that all people deserve a seat at the table of humanity. Born in a small village in the Eastern Cape of South Africa in 1918, Mandela's story began like many others, a childhood filled with the simple joys of rural life, the warmth of family, and the echoing wisdom of tribal elders. His given name, Rolihlahla, meaning troublemaker or tree shaker, foreshadowed the seismic impact he would have on the world stage. Little did he know that his life would become a testament to the power of one person to challenge injustice, to break down walls of prejudice, and to illuminate the path toward a more just and equitable world. From a young age, Mandela exhibited a thirst for knowledge and a deep sense of fairness. He excelled in school, eventually pursuing higher education at the prestigious Fort Hare University, a beacon of learning for Black Africans at a time when education was used as a tool of oppression. It was during these formative years that Mandela's eyes were opened to the brutal realities of apartheid, the system of racial segregation that gripped South Africa in its iron fist. Apartheid was more than just a political system, it was a suffocating way of life that permeated every aspect of society. Black South Africans were treated as second-class citizens in their own land, denied basic rights, confined to segregated areas, and subjected to constant discrimination and violence. The injustice of it all ignited a fire within Mandela, a burning desire to fight for equality and to dismantle the oppressive machinery of apartheid. Mandela's activism began with peaceful protests and civil disobedience, joining the African National Congress in 1944 and advocating for equal rights through non-violent resistance. He believed in the power of dialogue and negotiation, seeking to dismantle apartheid through legal means and peaceful demonstrations. However, the South African government responded with increasing brutality, banning the ANC and other anti-apartheid organizations, and using force to suppress any form of dissent. The Sharpeville Massacre of 1960, where police opened fire on unarmed protesters, killing 69 people, marked a turning point in Mandela's life and in the struggle against apartheid. The massacre exposed the true face of the regime, shattering any illusions of peaceful reform and pushing Mandela and the ANC toward a more militant approach. In 1964, Mandela and several other ANC leaders were arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment for sabotage and other crimes against the state. He would spend the next 27 years of his life confined to the notorious Robben Island prison, a stark symbol of apartheid's brutality. Prison became Mandela's crucible, testing his spirit and shaping his resolve. Despite enduring years of hard labor, isolation, and psychological torture, his spirit remained unbroken. He used his time in prison to educate himself, earning a law degree through a correspondence program, and to connect with his fellow prisoners, fostering a sense of unity and purpose even within the walls of their confinement. Even behind bars, Mandela's influence continued to grow. He became an international symbol of resistance, his name synonymous with the fight against apartheid. Anti-apartheid movements around the world rallied to his cause, demanding his release and the dismantling of the racist regime. Mandela's imprisonment had the unintended consequence of amplifying his message and galvanizing the international community. The world watched, appalled, as the South African government attempted to silence a man who had become the embodiment of resilience and the fight for justice. Throughout his imprisonment, Mandela never wavered in his belief in the power of dialogue and reconciliation. He understood that true liberation could only be achieved through forgiveness and understanding. He secretly initiated talks with the apartheid government, laying the groundwork for a peaceful transition of power. In 1990, after years of campaigning by activists, politicians, and international organizations, Nelson Mandela walked free from prison. His release marked a pivotal moment in history, signaling the imminent collapse of apartheid and the dawn of a new era for South Africa. Emerging from prison with unwavering grace and forgiveness, Mandela called for unity and reconciliation. He worked tirelessly alongside the government to dismantle apartheid legislation and establish a new democratic South Africa built on the principles of equality and human dignity. His leadership during this fragile period was nothing short of extraordinary. He navigated complex political negotiations with pragmatism and compassion, seeking to heal the wounds of the past while building a shared future for all South Africans. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections, and Nelson Mandela, the man who had spent 27 years in prison for his beliefs, became the country's first black president. His presidency was marked by his commitment to forgiveness and reconciliation, exemplified by the establishment of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which aimed to address past atrocities while fostering healing and understanding. Mandela's unwavering belief in the power of forgiveness, even for those who had imprisoned him, set a profound example for the world. He taught us that true strength lies not in retribution or revenge, but in the courage to break the cycle of hate and embrace the transformative power of forgiveness. Nelson Mandela's legacy extends far beyond the borders of South Africa. He stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the power of one person to make a difference in the world. His life serves as a constant reminder that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, we can choose hope over hate, forgiveness over bitterness, and unity over division. Mandela, affectionately known as Madiba by his people, taught us that true belonging is not defined by the color of our skin, the language we speak, or the God we worship. It is found in our shared humanity, our capacity for empathy and compassion, and our unwavering commitment to building a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. His life and legacy continue to inspire generations to fight for justice, embrace forgiveness, and build a world where everyone has a place to belong.